Hey, what's going on, guys? Dan Smirchek with Combat Art Training, and today I'm here with Don Edwards of Greenline Tactical. He's giving me the time to do an interview, so don't mind, introduce yourself real quick.
Don Edwards. I'm the owner of Greenline Tactical, obviously, as you just said. I teach firearms, tactics, kind of call myself a defensive shooting coach. Retired SF guy, former law enforcement trainer, done a little bit of just about everything. Army Ranger, based out of Florida, but travel all over the country.
So I wanted everyone to be able to get to know him a little bit, because I've learned a lot from like a couple different videos. So some people may already know this stuff, but where did you grow up?
Originally, I'm from Central California. Grew up, born and raised in a kind of a small agricultural area in the central part of California. Joined the Army, never really moved back for a little bit of time, but spent a lot of time being stationed all over the place, and kind of live here in the Southeast.
Yeah.
For the past 15 years at least, maybe 20, close to 20 years now. I've lived here in the Southeast, Florida, Georgia area.
What initially got you into shooting?
Just being in the Army, we shot a lot. I was an Army Ranger and an SF guy, and got into training, taking classes. I did a lot of stuff along with law enforcement and SWAT teams and stuff like that. So got involved in that actually here in the state of Florida. The Florida SWAT Association does a lot of stuff, and so I used to go to those classes, and it just kind of evolved into that.
And then what made you want to go to Rangers? Did you see that before you enlisted?
Well, to be honest with you, that's the only reason I wanted to join the Army, was to do that kind of stuff. I wanted to be a commando from the very beginning. I jokingly say I don't understand why anybody would join the service to do anything but that, but I'm glad that people want to cook food, because I like to eat. So we need guys to do all the other jobs too. But yeah, that was just what I was attracted to from the very beginning.
And then so my dad is National Guard, and so all the Rangers I knew were in the Guard, and you joined the Guard and you went SF.
Yeah, well, I was in the regular Army. I was in the Ranger Battalion. Had a break in service, got out, and ended up going back in through the 19th and 20th group. So I'm a retired Guard SF guy from 20th group.
Right on, badass. So then what did you do when you got out?
Well, the interesting thing is being a Guard guy, I have quite a bit of active duty time, because I spend a lot of time doing active duty things, counter drug related, and then deployments and stuff like that. But so kind of having two careers, have a military career and a civilian career doing that. So concurrently, I worked at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center as an instructor, and teaching different tactics and firearms and use of force and stuff like that. So I kind of had a parallel track as a soldier and as a law enforcement trainer for quite a few years.
That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that they look at the military, but like a lot of dudes who aren't in yet, or they don't have family yet, they don't even know about the option of Guard and what opportunities it has.
Yeah, there's a lot of good opportunities there, and some guys spend a lot of time on active duty, even though they're Guard guys, especially in the special operations side of the house on that.
You guys get to is there like a ton of deployment opportunities with that too?
Well, since 9/11, yeah. Guys can stay about as busy as they want to. It seems like.
Right on. So, and then getting out, dude. You formed Greenline Tactical in 2008, correct?
Yeah, in 2008. Basically, as the entity that I did when I was working as a civilian contractor overseas. I was an advisor to, or a consultant basically at the Asymmetric Warfare Group, and then for the Joint ID Defeat Organization, basically embedded advisors into the military.
And then you teach a lot of really cool classes, like stuff that.
Not all the normal stuff, yeah. I mean, I do the normal stuff too. I teach regular combat pistol, combat carbine,
But you can kind of get that anywhere.
Kind of, yeah. You get my flavor of that. But we're here doing a designated marksman course. One of my flagship things is night vision, and sometimes that's what I'm known for. But it's not all I do. It's one of the things, but it's probably one of the things that I do that not very many other guys really do. And I just have a long history in the night vision industry and developing tactical training programs when it comes to that for law enforcement tactical teams and stuff like that.
And then you're also, can you talk about that class in Georgia you were talking about yesterday? It was with the sim rounds in the shoot house.
Oh, you mean the one coming up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so in August, and the dates escape me right now, but it'll be on the website probably in the next few days, up in Savannah. It's up from here. I don't know where you guys are, but in Savannah, Georgia, it'll be actually at Blue Force Gear has a new facility, and I'll be doing a shoot house level 1, which is my entry-level shoot house course. We don't use live fire in there, but we treat it just like live fire. So we're shooting, I believe they use UTM rounds there. So we'll be shooting targets, not force on force, just like we would if it was a live fire house. Only we utilize the non-lethal training ammunition to lower the risk, or to mitigate, the risk of live fire. And it's honestly, it's easier to find places to do that than it is to find a live fire shoot house so we can do it. And I have access to a couple of those too. But Savannah, Georgia, mid-August.
That's awesome. I hope I can make that. And then you're also using no-shoot targets there?
Oh, yeah. It's, you have to target discrimination and shot placement are as important as anything else that goes on in there.
If you don't mind, can you tell them where you're going to be shooting, like with the shot placement?
Oh, yeah. Well, my philosophy is if we're in a room and we're both trying to shoot each other, I have to stop you as fast as I can, and the fastest place to stop somebody is to put a bullet in the brain housing group, right? So we're I grade your marksmanship, and you need to give me headshots.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a really fun class, especially being able to clear rooms. There's not many opportunities to be able to do that.
No, it's fun, and a lot of guys realize it's a good way to pressure cook your skills that you have developed on the flat range. Some guys will say that the shoot house, CQB, that's the big concert. Mm-hmm. On the flat range is where you get your tickets to the show. Okay. That's where you earn your tickets to go to the show.
Yeah, you can't just let anyone in on that.
No, well, and you gotta have those skills. The shooting and the gun handling has to be not automatic, but it has to be there. You can't be thinking about it because you have other things now you have to worry about. So the skill has to be there, or it's going to fall apart.
It's kind of the same thing with this class, because we 0 out of 100, but everything we're shooting is out beyond 300. Now,
the closest target is 250.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 250.
250. Yeah.
But it pretty much feels like everything's out there.
Everything's beyond. It's from 250 out to 600.
And the first day we were shooting 12-inch targets.
Yeah.
I love that because people talk about accuracy. They're like, well, I can, if you can hit a guy out to 400, but it's like no one's gonna fight you and stand still. They're gonna use cover. Yeah. So the 12-inch is basically a headshot.
Yeah. Well, and yesterday, and we had some wind challenges too. So for the guys that were kind of new to this, it was even a little bit more of a struggle. But today we have a little bit larger targets out there. They're still not full man-sized targets, but you're gonna look at it and be like, oh wow, I was hitting this 12-inch target, this 12-inch steel plate, and now I can hit something that's about 3 times as big.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that seems really large, and it's still not a full-size target. It's still a reduced size target. So it's kind of a confidence booster. You guys jumped into the deep end yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to bring my girlfriend, but she hasn't shot out beyond 200 with a rifle yet. So this would have been frustrating.
Yeah. This is definitely not the kind of thing that new shooters would want to come. This is kind of one of those next step classes for a lot of guys. They'll they've taken several other carbine courses and pistol courses, so they're already handy with a gun. Now they want to kind of push the limits of what they can do, distance and accuracy wise on something like this. So, and you need different equipment too.
Yeah, I was actually,
as you can see right here, not entirely different. I mean, this is a 16-inch AR.
Yeah.
Not unlike one that you might put an aim point on and take to a class, right? It's got a match barrel versus just a standard barrel, so it's it should be a slightly bit more accurate, and it has a tripod or a bipod on it. But the optics are what really make the difference. Is we want magnification that we can see what we're going to shoot at.
Yeah, and I would definitely say, because I've heard you talk about before, going beyond 10 power gives you, it expands your capabilities. Yeah. I can't see my impacts with my 10 power.
Yeah, you might be able to make a hit, but if you don't hit it, you might not have any idea where that round went. And I like the idea that I can always dial it down if I don't need 16x or 18 or whatever this goes up to. But if I only have 8, I only have 8. I can't turn it up to 10.
And then you want guys to this class, you want them to bring a milled reticle, and then there's one specific that's your favorite.
Well, my favorite are all the Horus style reticles, or one similar to that. I use the Tremor 3. I love it. It's got a lot of good tools built into the reticle that we can use to hold for wind, to estimate range, to hold for distance, and stuff like that. And you can still dial it if you want to be really, really precise and go old school with it, so it still works like a regular crosshair. So any of the ones, I'm not going to say go sell all your scopes and buy something with a Tremor 3. I mean, you can, right? But,
and should.
But there are a lot of other ones that are similar to that accomplish a lot of the same goals in there that plenty of guys bring to class. And
would you say a guy would be fine with just a mill dot?
Yeah. Just a regular old mill dot reticle would work fine.
Probably first focal plane.
First focal plane, because the big difference is how it doesn't matter what power you're at, your reticle still is the same size. You can use that to estimate your range. For second focal plane, you have to have it turned all the way up in order to use your reticle to measure a target and mill it out and determine how far away it is.
And then you also have the night DMR class coming up.
We have a nighttime DMR class coming up in early April in St. Augustine, where you need to be an alumni of this course, because we're just going to refresh and check zeros and get right after it, do a little bit of daytime shooting, and as we get into the nighttime, we'll shoot till probably around midnight.
It's like an advanced class.
Yeah. But I've kind of partnered with a couple of companies to help get the clip-on night vision devices that we need. I have, believe it or not, a handful of alumni who do own their own PVS 30s.
Oh, I believe it. The guys
stuff
here.
Like that that have some of that stuff already that will be showing up. But I've partnered up with a couple of companies in the industry that are going to either let me borrow some or send a couple of representatives out and let people basically T&E their stuff out there for 2 nights. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Nighttime is the right time,
Yeah, and just having night vision that expands your fighting capabilities. I mean,
well, it's dark half the time.
Yeah. So then you're also thinking about doing a SPR 2 class?
It's kind of in development. I've got to get the lesson plan, the curriculum down. It'll probably be it'll end up being a lot more drills based and stuff, so less
familiarity.
So you'll want to already know the things that we've done in this class, because there's not going to be a whole lot of laying on your belly just shooting targets downrange.
Yeah,
it's almost going to be like a competitive stages kind of thing. So we'll do various things that test us, make us better, and teaching points along the way. So it'll be a lot more dynamic in that. But we haven't gotten one of those on the schedule yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear about it. And then, okay, so just a couple last questions to wrap it up, and we'll get back to class. When you're not working, when you're not shooting, what do you like to do?
It seems like all I do is work and shoot. But, usually hanging out with the family, to be honest with you. Being on the road a lot means I'm away from them a lot, so I try to give them priority whenever I'm at home, and spend as much time with them as I can. If we get a chance to go fishing, I go fishing. Most of my hobbies fit right into what I do for a living, because that's the only way I could have a hobby. So we hunt pigs with our night vision goggles.
Oh, right on.
So,
do you do that here?
Florida's a great place for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Florida, Georgia,
and
great places for that.
I've been wanting to go hog hunting. haven't gotten to yet.
It's great stuff.
And then, okay, music. What are some of your favorite bands?
Oh, dude. Lately I've gotten back into some of the old school country music stuff.
Really?
If I turned on the radio in the Forerunner right now, I think it's probably on Willie's Roadhouse on XM or something like that.
I don't know shit for country besides David Allen Co.
Yeah, all that stuff. So that vintage. I've kind of gotten back into that stuff I grew up with, but all the standard heavy metal stuff when I was a young ranger and all that.
Oh, you like metal?
Yeah, well, I did. Now it's
now
I'm an old guy, but
What metal bands?
Oh, we just used to listen to Iron Maiden and all those guys when they were popular.
Right on. You like Slayer?
Yeah, some. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know you liked metal.
Yeah, you know, you jump out of planes and shoot people. You gotta listen to rock music,
right?
you know.
Yeah. It's like I always said too. You can't lift heavy weights to light music. You know?
This is true.
And then favorite movies?
Movies.
You like?
Dude, the funniest movie ever made was The Big Lebowski.
Yeah. The dude. This is a nom. There are rules now.
The dude abides.
My mom always said that my dad was that.
Was the dude?
No. The nom vet. Well,
Oh,
what was his?
Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a funny guy. All right. And then because I didn't know about it, so I want to make sure the viewers know about it. You got greenlinetactical.com.
Yep. So greenlinetactical.com. I'm all over the Facebook and the Instagrams. You can look me up my name, or I have a company page, Greenline Tactical, and Instagram. You know, is kind of the main thing that I pay attention to on that. It's Greenline.
And there's also an alumni group.
Yeah, well, alumni group. So that once you've taken one of my classes, if you're into the social media stuff, you can join up. Just request and we'll get in there. We got a couple hundred guys in there right now, and it's just, you know, guys talk to each other about stuff. We plan what we're going to do next, and you know, guys share ideas or sell scopes to each other, and you know, whatever.
Oh, right on.
You know, it's kind of a nice little alumni gathering kind of place.
All right, cool. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, be sure to check out the schedule on greenlinetactical.com. We're going to get back to class now. Thank you for the interview, sir.
Yeah.